I love the relationships that you develop with the students and the fact that you can have a difference in their life.
I wouldn't be where I am today without teachers. None of us would be where we are without teachers.
I think the most important thing is just to get the students to think.
To see that moment when the penny drops.
It's great to see them excel.
It's one of those unique professions. It's one of those unique things you can do in life to have an impact on somebody else for the rest of their life.
Most of the students had already arrived, and I was just getting ready to start my lecture.
And we had a very tight schedule.
We were doing presentations, so our first student got up to present.
My department chair, Dr. Clymer, invited me and a colleague to a very serious meeting.
I wasn't sure exactly why our vice chair really wanted me to be there, but he'd emailed me and texted me earlier in the week saying, "Are you definitely going to be there? Are you definitely going to be there?"
And a couple minutes in, heard a knock on the door.
The door burst open.
And I see the dean, and I see balloons, two things that don't usually go together in my head.
And I just thought, I'm sorry. I love birthdays too. We can't have any birthdays in this classroom. We have no time. No, we can't have that here.
I had no idea what was going on.
And when they told me what it was, I think my first reaction was shock.
You know, that finally shut me up. And then, of course, it's absolutely delightful.
To actually have them come in the classroom and to be recognized is certainly appreciated.
What went through my mind is I've been a professor at UK for 36 years. And at this point in my career, it's nice to be recognized.
It was just very deeply moving experience to be surprised with this.
It was especially gratifying that the UK Alumni Association sponsored this award. And as an alumnus myself, I appreciate it so much.
Receiving the UK Alumni Association Award is just really special because it is from your students. And I think, again, that's, as teachers, what it's all about.
To have students show the appreciation for what you're doing, I guess to me that's really meaningful.
That some of my former students, would remember me as a good teacher and take the trouble.
It's the voice of the students without any other influence.
We want to show our students that we truly care, and then to be recognized back from those students is just special.
In bestowing this award, the UK Alumni Association is saying that teaching and recognizing that teaching is at the heart of what this university is all about.
I mean, there are so many things in the UK to be proud of and to honor and to talk about, and the fact the UK takes time out to do this type of thing, I think is great.
I think it solidifies an important aspect of being on the campus at the University of Kentucky.
It's inspiring to me, and makes me want to keep on going.
I think the most important thing is just to get the students to think, not really to give facts and to get them to know information as much as to get them to think about what they're learning.
I want to teach the way that my students want to learn. And what I've learned over the years is that every student learns a little bit differently and every class is a little bit different. So I always try to meet the students where they are.
I hope in the classroom, when students look at me, they see somebody who is enthusiastic, but also who's very committed to what I'm teaching.
I was raised by parents who taught me how important it was to care for people and how to care for people. So I think that's a big part of my teaching, is just letting the students know how much I do care for them.
I get to know every single student in the class. The human contact, the personal contact, I think goes a long way toward helping people learn things, and helping people learn things that they're either is not always easy for them and not always a pleasure for them.
In the end, it's a human situation. My approach is to engage with each student individually, directly, one-to-one. That's a great satisfaction.
The best part of my day is when I'm in the classroom and when I'm working with students and when I'm seeing my students be successful. To think that you're just a small part of that is pretty awesome.
Even students that have graduated from my lab, back in the 90s, I still keep up with them, and so to see their lives, unfold into their careers, I guess it's really satisfying to really see that happening over the long term.
When a student of yours actually becomes a teacher, for me at least, that's been the most rewarding part. You really start to get the exponential impact when you see students who you taught become teachers.
There's nothing more rewarding than to seeing that light bulb go off in a student's head, to see them make some kind of connection they've never made before, to see them ask a question they'd never asked before.
When they can disagree with me on a matter of substance and give me a reason why, that is really a wonderful moment. When I'm all of a sudden another member of the discussion and I'm not the authority.
When a student catches that and it's a good writing, it's like, in a way, finding another colleague, a young colleague, and especially these young students from Kentucky. It's great to see them excel.